Khurumjari. Today, I am truly delighted to be here to share with you a short but meaningful conversation between two friends, Maimu and Pakshao. It begins with a casual question about reading a well-known book, Madhavi, which is the first modern Manipuri novel, and soon moves towards everyday concerns such as business, free time, and college attendance. What at first looks like a simple exchange of questions and answers gradually unfolds into a friendly back and forth about responsibilities and situations. At one point, Paksao mentions that he won't be going to college the next day because his mother isn't feeling well. This brings in the theme of family obligations. An especially interesting feature of the dialogue is the way negative constructions are used. Instead of sounding like flat refusals, the negative forms carry different sets of meaning, from plain denials to polite excuses and even gentle reassurances. This shows how grammatical negatives in Manipuri functions not only as markers of denials but also as social strategies that help speakers maintain politeness and empathy in conversations. All right, before we dive into the main conversation, let's first look at some of the vocabulary it contains. This will make it easier for you to understand how these words and expressions naturally function in daily Manipuri interactions. Hopefully, by this time, a few of these vocabulary items feel familiar to you. Here is your vocabulary. In Manipuri, Nang means you. Doctor means doctor. Kamalgi means Kamals. Madhavi means Madhavi. A landmark Manipuri novel considered the first modern Manipuri novel by Dr. Kamal. Whom means no. I means I. Madhu means that or eat. Pade, which means don't read. Karigi means why. Padrino means why don't you read. Handak marak means nowadays or these days. Thabak means work. Yamna means very. Chilli means busy. Aingonda means to me. Panaba matam means time to read. Laite means don't have. Phare means okay. Asangba matamda means in free time. Pau means read. Paroi means won't read. Haiba means saying or telling. Natte means not. Koles means koles. Sattaba matamda means the time for not going. Pagani means will read. Nungaire means I'm happy. Marup means friend. Hayeng means tomorrow. Lakadoira means will you come. Chatloi means won't go. Ima means my mother. Ngamde means not well. Masa means her body. Amuk means again. Unasi means let's meet. With this background in mind, let's now turn to our main conversation. Please listen carefully. Matam sinbagi matangda marup anigi marakta wari watai. A conversation between two friends about their busy schedules. Maimu, Marup Paksao, Nang Dr. Kamangi Madhavi Parabara. Maimu. Friend Paksao, have you read Dr. Kamal's Madhavi? Paksao. Ai Madhu Padi. Paksao. No, I haven't read it. Maimu. Kaigi Padri no. Maimu. Why don't you read it? Paksao. Handak maraks ai thabak yamna chili. Aingonda Madhu Panaba matam leiti. Paksao. Nowadays, I am very busy. I don't have time to read it. Maimu. Pare, asang matamda pao. Maimu. Okay, read it in your free time. Paksao. Maru, ai paroi haiba natte. College satwa matamda pagani. Paksao. Friend, I am not saying I won't read it. I will read it when I don't have college. Maimu. Yamna nungaire marup. Hayeng college lakadra. Maimu. That makes me happy, friend. Will you go to college tomorrow? Paksao. Hayeng ay college satloi. Ima masangamdi. Paksao. Tomorrow I won't go to college. My mother is unwell. Maimu. Pare amuk unasi. Maimu. All right, then see you again. Paksao. Hoi amuk unasi. Paksao. Yes, see you again. So, dear learners, in the conversation we just explored, you may have noticed how I pronounce certain words such as pade, laite. Verbs ending in de or te indicate that the actions are not carried out. In other words, they serve as negative markers. In the same way, forms like paroi, chatloi also appear. These verbs ending in roi or loi express actions that will not take place in the future. Thus, they mark future negation. Another interesting feature is the negative marker, the as in padrino, which derives from the non-cluster form padrino. Generally, the final negative marker they changes to the when it occurs internally within the predicate. That is, before another verbal element. For this reason, forms like paderino are not permissible. Similarly, the negative marker ta is used internally as in sattaba. Here too, the expected form sateba is not acceptable. Both the internal negative markers, the and the carry the same negative meaning functioning within the predicate without altering the overall sense of negation. All right, having tackled that brief detail, let's now return to the dialogues. We shall go through them once again, this time examining the words and expressions more closely. In doing so, you will gain a clear understanding of how they naturally function in everyday conversation. Let's begin with the opening exchange of the conversation where Maimu asks Paksao whether he has read Dr. Kamal's Madhavi. Maimu. Maru Paksao, nang Dr. Kamangi Madhavi Parabra. Maimu. Friend Paksao, have you read Dr. Kamal's Madhavi? Here, Maru Paksao means friend Paksao. The word nang is the second person singular pronoun meaning you. The phrase Dr. Kamalgi Madhavi is translated as Dr. Kamal's Madhavi. The verb parabra is derived from the root pa, meaning to read, combined with the perfect aspect marker ra, which indicates that the action of reading has been completed. To this, the nominalizer ba is added, turning the verb into a nominalized form, essentially expressing the completed act of reading. Such nominalized forms can be questioned by attaching the negative marker ra, which is commonly used with nouns and the nominant forms. Thus, parabra conveys the sense of have you read it completely. When put together, Maimu's question can be understood as, Friend Paksao, have you read Dr. Kamal's Madhavi? In the second dialogue, Paksao indicates that he has not read it. Paksao, I Madhupade. Paksao, no, I haven't read it. Here, whom is an oral marker of negation, meaning no. The word I stands for I, the first person singular pronoun, while Madhu refers to that or it. The verb pade is formed from two parts, the root pa meaning to read and the negative suffix de which cancels the action. Thus, pade expresses don't read or have not read. When combined, Paksao's response simply conveys, no, I haven't read it. In the third dialogue, Maimu goes on to ask why he hasn't read it yet. Maimu, karigi padri no. Maimu, why don't you read it? Here, karigi means why. The verb padri no is a little complex in form. It's built from the root pa, meaning to read, together with the cluster dri, which itself comes from the negative marker, and re, the progressive aspect marker showing continuity of the action, in this case, the act of reading. To this is added the interrogative marker no, which frames the question. Bringing all these elements together, Maimu is essentially asking, why don't you read it? In the fourth dialogue, Paksao shares the reason he has yet to read the novel. Paksao, handak marak ay thabak yamna chili, ayngonda madu panaba matam leite. Paksao, nowadays I am very busy. I don't have time to read it. Here, in the first sentence, handak marak means nowadays. I means I, the first person singular pronoun. Thabak means work. And yamna means very. The verb chili is made of two parts. The root chil meaning busy and li, a declarative marker which turns the expression into a complete statement. So, the first sentence, handak marak ay thabak yamna chili, can be translated as nowadays I am very busy. In the second sentence, ayngonda expresses to me in the dative case. Madhu means that or it. And the phrase panaba matam means time to read, where panaba is built from the root pa for to read combined with the purposive marker na and the nominalizer ba, turning the verb into a noun that modifies matam, meaning time. Finally, the verb laite comes from the root lay, meaning exist or have, plus the negative marker te, which completes the sentence with the sense of negation. When we put all the parts together, the second sentence translates as, I don't have time to read it. Putting both the sentences together, Paksao is essentially saying, nowadays, I'm very busy. I don't have time to read it. In the fifth dialogue, Maimu simply asks Pak Sao to read the novel when he has free time. Maimu, Phare, asangba matamda pao. Maimu, okay, read it in your free time. Here, Phare means it's okay, while asangba matamda conveys in free time. The verb pao is formed from the root pa, meaning to read, combined with the imperative suffix u, which gives the sense of a gentle request or instruction. Put together, Maimu is essentially saying, all right, read it in your free time. In the sixth dialogue, Pak Sao tells Maimu that he will read it when he does not have college. Pak Sao, Marup, ai paroi haiba natte, college chattaba matamda pagani. Pak Sao, friend, I am not saying I won't read it. I will read it when I don't have college. Here, Marup means friend, I means I, the first person singular pronoun, and the verb paroi is formed from the root pa, meaning to read, together with roi, a non-potential marker that indicates a future negative sense. Thus, paroi translates as won't read. The word haiba functions as a quotative subordinate conjunction, much like the English that, while natte means it is not. The overall structure is an instance of double negation. One negation occurs inside the quotative clause and the other in the main or matrix clause. This layering of negatives ultimately produces a positive meaning, assuring that the speaker does in fact intend to read. Hence, the sentence Marup ai paroi haiba natte can be translated as, friend, I am not saying I won't read it. In the second sentence, Kole sattaba matam da means the time when not going to college. The word chattaba is built from the root chat, to go, combined with the negative marker ta, yielding the sense of not going. This is followed by the nominalizer ba, which turns the phrase into a noun modifying matam, meaning time. The verb pagani is composed of the root pa, to read, the potential marker ga, which gives a future orientation, and the copula ni, completing the clause as an assertion. Thus, the sentence Kole sattaba matam da pagani is translated as, I will read it when I don't have college. Taken together, Pak Sao's message is both clear and reassuring. Friend, I am not saying I won't read it. I will read it when I don't have college. In the seventh dialogue, Maimu asks Pak Sao whether he will attend college the next day. Maimu, yamna nungaire marup, hayeng college lakadra. Maimu, that makes me happy, friend. Will you go to college tomorrow? Here, yamna nungaire marup literally means it's very happy friend, which we may render more naturally as that makes me happy friend. The word hayeng means tomorrow, while college means college. The verb lakadra is specially interesting. Its root lak means to come, followed by ka, a potential marker that conveys the future possibility of the action. Finally, dra serves as a future question marker commonly used together with the potential ka or the non-potential form loi or Roy, as in Satloidra, meaning when you go. Putting this together, Maimu's utterance is best understood as, that makes me happy. Friend, will you go to college tomorrow? In the 8th exchange, Paksao explains to Maimu why he won't be able to attend college. Paksao, hayeng ay college lakloi, ima masak ngamdi. Paksao, tomorrow I won't go to college. My mother is unwell. Here, hayeng means tomorrow. I is the first person singular pronoun I. College means college, and the verb chatloi is formed from the root chat, meaning to go, plus the non-potential marker loi, which indicates a future negative sense, giving the meaning won't go. Thus, the first sentence, hayeng ay college chatloi, translates as tomorrow I won't go to college. In the second sentence, ima means my mother. The element e in ima is a first person pronominant prefix, generally prefix in kinship terms to mark possession. The word masa means her body, and the verb ngamde is derived from the root ngam, which can mean able or well, depending on context, while the incorporated noun provides the semantic clue. With the addition of the negative marker de, the verb is negated. Therefore, masa ngamde means not well. Hence, the second sentence, ima masa ngamde, is translated as my mother is unwell. Putting both sentences together, Paksao is gently saying, tomorrow I won't go to college. My mother is unwell. In the 9th dialogue, Maimu parts from Paksao. Maimu, pare amuk unasi. Here, Maimu, all right, then see you again. Here, pare means it's okay. Amuk means again, and the verb unasi is built from the root una to see, together with see, a gentle suggestive marker that gives the sense of let's do so. Put together, Maimu's word carry the warm meaning, all right, then see you again. In the final 10th dialogue, Paksao takes his leap from Maimu as well. Paksao, hoi amuk unasi. Paksao, yes, see you again. Here, hoi means yes, and amuk unasi means see you again, as explained earlier. In other words, Paksao is saying, yes, see you again. Well, learners, this short exchange wonderfully shows how Manipuri uses the suffixes te, de, ta, da, loi, roi in different contexts. What begins as a simple question about reading gradually unfolds into a rich, layered conversation. Through gentle negatives, excuses, and reassurances, Paksao explains why he cannot read the book or attend college, while Maimu responds with patience and understanding. This illustrates that negative constructions in everyday speech are not just grammatical forms. They are also social tools. They allow speakers to explain themselves, soften refusals, and maintain warm, friendly relationships. In short, these negatives do more than shape sentences. They carry social meanings, helping people politely decline, give reasons, or soften refusals without straining their bonds. I hope this lesson has helped you not only understand these negative markers, but also appreciate other useful elements that enrich your comprehension of Manipuri. That's all for today. Thank you for listening, and I encourage you to keep exploring the warmth and beauty of Manipuri conversation. Thagachari.